I'll
Good afternoon and welcome back. Kent Bain with Nine Business Group and Elevate Your Business Chat, Business Spotlight interview with Gary Doran. Gary, please welcome to the program. Introduce yourself and your company, and more importantly, what makes you guys unique and different? Why would people buy from you versus the competition?
Well, first of all, thank you, Ken, for inviting me to this interview. So I'm Gary Doran I'm the owner of Crescendo Accounting and Consulting CPA. So obviously we're a chartered professional accounting firm. We've been in operation here in Calgary since October of 2014, and we've evolved. We started as a traditional accounting firm where we do audits, review engagements, compilation engagements, personal tax, corporate tax, a little bit of consultation work, just the standard traditional accounting firm. And we still do all of those things, but we've really evolved into what my passion is. And my passion is really helping businesses grow throughout the year, rather than just meeting with them at the end of the year where we talk about what's already happened in the past, usually anywhere from 15 to 18 months of something that's already happened. We meet with them throughout the year, basically become their virtual CFO. So we like to provide them with timely, accurate information, set them up with KPIs to help them better manage their businesses. But more importantly, before we even get into all of that, what we do is we help them realize their potential. A lot of business owners don't realize what their potential is until they meet with us and we start to define what that looks like. And so we usually like to start with what their end game is. How long do you want to manage your business? What does retirement look like? Where do you see your business in 10 years, 5 years, 3 years? And that helps us to kind of create that roadmap to that success. So that's really what sets us apart, is working with business owners on an ongoing business and being proactive rather than reactive in their decision-making process.
Excellent. Sounds great. Let's take a page right out of my book. It all starts with the end, doesn't it? Whether it's Covey from 1991 to today with business coaching or accounting, is what are we building and why, and what does it look like when we're done, and how do we define what done looks like? I think it's great. Thank you for sharing. What is the biggest challenge you've come since starting in business? How did you tackle it? How did you overcome it? And what was the result today?
Well, I think it's a common story for most businesses. It's getting the right team in place. And that's been a challenge for sure, and it continues to be a challenge. But some of the things that we've been doing to overcome that is looking at younger talent. So a lot of times younger talent comes in at less cost, for one, but also a willingness to learn and know bad habits. So if you can, as a business, if you can develop a proper training program and get them up to speed rather quickly, that's often the best, a good way to overcome some of those challenges, because you're not looking for the top talent necessarily that's been established in the accounting industry for the last 10 years. But you're maybe looking for somebody that's just graduated, and you're going to groom them because you have a good training program. In no time at all, they're ready to move into that more senior role and start interacting with clients and doing it your way. So that's one of the ways that we've overcome some of those challenges. And I mean, some of the other things maybe is just learning a little bit more about our clients. So one of the things that we do that also differentiates us from other accounting firms is one of the first things we do when we start to work with the business owner is develop a new tech stack for them, or analyze their existing tech stack and their processes. And then we'll go in and we'll actually redesign it to make them more efficient, more competitive. So one of the challenges, and there's also a grant available right now, and we are one of only 2 accounting firms that have been approved as the what they call the CDAP provider. And so you have to use a CDAP provider to be eligible for this $15,000 grant. So because we've been approved by the government, we can help design that tech stack with little cost to the business owner. But I'm sidetracking a little bit here. where I wanted to go with that is one of the challenges that we discovered as we started to develop these tech stacks is we needed to bring all the users in early in the process, because initially we were dealing just with the business owner, or the managers. They would approve the new tech stack. They would be all on board. There would be buy-in. And then when we tried to start the implementation process, that's when we're getting a lot of pushback because we hadn't brought in all of the end users of that new tech stack early in the process. So that's one of the things that we've changed in how we do things, is making sure that we bring in those users early in the process so they understand what it is that we're trying to achieve.
So if I were to summarize, it's a little bit deeper in the relationship with the business. It's not just the owner, the manager, it's the 2 or 3 other people or the management team that's involved in processing, generating the data you need to empower and improve decision making. Is that a safe summary?
That's a good summary. Yes, correct.
Okay, cool. I love this question. What is one thing you know now that you wish you would have known when you started in business?
Oh, you know what? Everything for a reason, and everything that I've done throughout my lifetime, and I've owned many different businesses in conjunction with being a partner in an accounting firm, and you just evolve and you learn from every experience that you get. What's the one thing that I wish I knew when I started? Just empowering the people around you, giving them a voice. That's the biggest thing in business. I believe if you want to be successful, your team around you has to have buy-in as well, and they have to feel valued. And so that's the biggest thing I'd say I wish I knew earlier on, is just learning how to empower the people around you.
I will take that one. I think it's huge. I think it's a great word, to empower the people around you. And I think you said a lot of that too, background, that kind of that first question or second question around challenges. It's how do you grow and develop a team? Just grow. It's not just what are the words that we're down here. It's groom and grow, right? It's add the team, but groom them, teach them your ways. And I think in today's marketplace, if I look at even in 10, 15 years being business, how accounting and bookkeeping has changed, just for me, I can't imagine how it's changing on a global scale. So having new people come on board, and I can't imagine taking a 50-year-old Kent, if I was an accountant, and trying to make me to relearn something. So to your point of maybe a 20 or 30-year-old might be better off with, here's the core principles of accounting as a CPA, but here's how we navigate it in a new world where things are changing so fast. Bookkeeping isn't nearly what it used to be. Totally get it. I think it's great.
Absolutely. Ken, if I could just add a comment onto that. Being involved in technology, that's another thing that sets us apart is we're really heavily involved in new technology for ourselves and for our clients. And one of the things that we believe in is that technology changes every 6 months. So when you're looking for team members, it's looking for that adaptability as well, and that ability to learn. Those are the more important than the skill set in many cases, because skill set can be taught, but that aptitude to learn and adaptability is not something that can be taught.
All right. So does that roll right into the next question? If there was a pirate or a thief in your business, what would they be stealing?
Not a lot. I mean, obviously the way we do things, our processes, that's what they could steal. But our firm and our business is really about a teamwork, and that's not something that can be stolen. Either you have it or you don't. And it's the culture in our office, and I know that's a bit cliche, but I think if you talk to anybody here in the office, they love the culture. They love how they're valued. They have a voice. So to say that there's something that they could steal from me, it would just be the process. But it's really hard to instill culture when you don't own a business, if you go to somewhere else.
Totally agreed. But I think to that point of, and that's one of the reasons I like that question is it really stipulates or gets to the point of the thing that's most important that makes your business successful. And even though you can't steal culture, it can dissipate, it can leave. And so if the thing that really makes your business differentiated is team engagement, they have fun, it's a culture, well, that is the most important thing, because they're the ones that serve your clients. So without that engagement, then you're out on the island looking for the magical treasure all by yourself. So I think indirectly, I think that's, what I would take away from that is the thing that gives you your secret sauce.
Right. Yeah, I would agree.
What, as the CPA in the room, what is your definition of a successful business? Is it different for you than it is for your clients?
Short answer is no, and maybe I might not answer this the same as your traditional CPA, but again, I've owned many other businesses. A successful business is whatever the goals are set by the business owners, whether or not they've achieved them. The challenge becomes a lot of times, especially with a business owner that maybe has been in business for a while. Maybe they had dreams and aspirations early on in their business, and all of a sudden they've been in business for 10 years and they haven't achieved those goals. And so they don't think it's possible anymore. So when we start working with them, we help them realize what is possible, what the potential is. But to be a little bit more specific, a successful business obviously is one that's profitable, but also one that can work without you if you choose to. It should be able to work without the owner. So that's what a successful business is in many ways. It gives you a lot of different options when it's time for you to maybe retire. You can continue to own the business and have someone else run it. The value of your business is so much more when it can run without you. And that's the meaning of a successful business. You're just monitoring it. You're the board of directors, and somebody else can run the business.
Excellent. Spoken after my own heart. It does for me personally. It starts with choice. Whatever the business owner wants out of the business. Now, part of my job as a coach is to stretch them and help them see what's possible. Because I think to your point, many people, 15 years, the dozens, if not hundreds of business owners I've met who have settled into just having a job. And haven't, or unprepared, or don't understand that there's a better way or a different way of, making more money and working less and leveraging a team. So I think that's definitely near and dear to my heart. And yeah, and at the pinnacle, for those who really want to chase it, is, can my business work without me? And how much, how little can I work to create new business? So good for you. I love it. One last question before we sign off. What do you want to be known for?
I'll just read that right off of our mission, vision, and value statement. And our vision, my vision, is to have a history of clients that have achieved the business and personal goals they set for themselves, and to create a successful virtual CFO business that the team will be proud of and want to carry on the legacy.
Excellent.
So that's the vision.
That's great. So before we sign off, one last, where can people find you? Where would they find you, contact you, for those who want to learn more to become a client and engage with your services? Where can they find you? Where can they get more information?
Yeah, we're on social media as well, but if you do a search on Google, Crescendo Accounting and Consulting CPA, we'll come up there. We have, I think we have a very good website, and certainly all of our contact information is there. You can learn more about the CDAP grant. You can learn more about our virtual CFO services. And again, we also do all the traditional stuff as well. If that's what you're looking for, we can do that as well.
Excellent. Thanks again. You've been great with your time. Look forward to learning more. And in our next conversation, I really want to learn about that CDAP grant, because I think somebody asked me about it the other day. I have no idea. So now I get to pick your brain. Thanks again, Dory. Gary, have a great week.
All right. Thanks, Ken. Thank you.